Turn the camera back around. Turn the camera back around. Shh. Bianca's here. Yay! Come here. Come here. Come here. Okay. This is Bo, who's barking. He's the newest addition to our family. If you guys have been hanging out for a while, you know that we lost our Toby about 7 weeks ago. And so last week we got Bo. Aw, thanks. And so this is my new drawer mate. So some of you will have seen pictures of Bo in the drawer. So Toby would stay in my desk drawer here. And so Bo is learning to be in my desk drawer. And I'm just going to move the phone thing for Instagram. Like I'm not in the right spot. And because, you know, it's full moon energy, so of course. No, come on. Get my phone thing to rebel on. Okay, so welcome. Happy Monday. There's a couple of things I want to say. Full moon. This is going to be a doozy. It started this morning, so it's going to be a couple of days, and that is not helping. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to use this new light thing that I got, and it's making me look more radiant. That's so weird. The Instagram one is okay. All right, so it is the full moon, and I do want to say something for, especially right here at the beginning of the time that we have together. I want to say, because we have, hey, welcome back, Michael. Because I've noticed, and you all know I'm really like zero tolerance on spammers, the people who come in and they're like, oh, send me a request for your reading, and you know, we just block them as fast as I can. But I've noticed that some of the people are going back to previous weeks of our time together. So they're going back like a month, and then they're putting in the messages there. So I'm kind of debating about whether or not I need to turn off the commenting after a video is done in order to protect you all. But I don't want to cut anybody off who may watch the replay or things like that. So I'd love your thoughts about it, but I want to make sure that, you know, sorry, my phone just, Instagram fell. Sorry, guys. But I want to make sure that I'm not blocking you all. Hi, Gail. That I'm not blocking you all. So, so for Facebook family, I definitely welcome your thoughts on this, because I want to make sure. You know, I suppose I could close the commenting like 24 hours later. And all the videos are always put over onto YouTube as well. So if you miss the live here, you can certainly make comments on YouTube, because it doesn't seem like there's the same issues over on YouTube. All right, so we've got a couple of thoughts on that. So that's great. I just was really surprised to see, to get notifications that the spammers were going back so far. I'm used to them going to like this current one, and maybe they'll go back one, but for them to have gone back so far, to be so aggressive, to to target you all, makes me unhappy. I feel a responsibility to make sure that I'm doing things that are protecting you. So if you are a spammer and you are here, just know we're gonna ban you immediately as soon as you start commenting on things. So, you know, leave now. Welcome from Ireland. How wonderful. Oh my goodness, it's so wonderful to see you all. Okay, so I think we'll see how that goes. Okay, we've got some agreement. That's good. I love to hear from more people, because I just want to protect everybody from the spammers, and also it makes it easier for me. I don't have to keep chasing everybody down. I don't have time to, or the desire to do any of that. So if you're a spammer, just know we're going to block you. That's pretty much that simple. So you might as well just leave now. So I hope you all, we're going to be done with that. I hope you all are done with, I hope you all are going through the full moon. We're just in it. It officially started about 7 o'clock this morning, I think. So we're in the full moon time. We are, in that. So funny. So Miura, I'm not sure if I said it right. Okay, so hang on, folks. Let's not have the asking for the readings, because we are going to do those, but we're going to, Cindy, hello, my darling. We are going to do those, but here's how we work. If you are new here, here's how it works. We do some channeled information from Spirit. We're going to talk about some stuff. We're going to do a collective card reading, and then we're going to do individual card readings at the end. So we will get to you, I promise. If you want a card reading, we're going to make sure you get one. But for the moment, I want to make sure that we do what we're supposed to do, which is honor Spirit. And bring forward information that they want us to share. I will say that I just got a jumpy card in the animal spirit, which is the cardinal, and it says, we need glasses. It says, the polarities of your spiritual pursuits and physical pleasures are out of balance. So the polarities of your spiritual pursuits and physical pleasures are out of balance. So do whatever is necessary to bring them back into equilibrium. So no worries. But this is how funny, because this is the thing about this full moon. I want to talk about this full moon because this is really important. And this is what was channeled to me yesterday. This is a time of great expansion right now. And we've been kind of dancing around it last couple of weeks or months. We've been talking about stepping into your light. We've been talking about letting yourself be seen and heard and taking up a position of leadership, even if you're leading just you. Okay, I'm not saying you got to get on a soapbox or whatever, but we've been talking a lot about this is a time of spiritual expansion. And so what I want to talk about, what I want you to understand is we have this full moon, and then as soon as we have this full moon, Saturn moved like an hour after the moon hit the full peak. The Saturn went into Pisces, and so it is a huge thing, because Saturn is this big planet with a lot of energy, and there's a lot of shifting that's going on, because also Pluto, as Saturn was coming out of Aquarius, Pluto was coming into Aquarius. Now Pluto has this huge orbit, this huge ellipse, because it's so far away from us that Pluto has not been seen in our astrological positions of Earth since the early 1900s. So this is a really big deal. And Pluto gives us the element of fun. Saturn has to do with emotions and spirits. And I am not an astrologer, okay? I am not. But I feel like it's really important to be aware of what's going on. And this is what, again, was asked for me to share. So we have this Virgo full moon. The sun is in Pisces. And then we have Saturn is also in Pisces. So there's a lot of creativity and a lot of expansion, soul expansion, and a lot of connecting. And this is where the cardinal card comes back into play. There's a lot of energy that we are being called to align as above as below. And when I say that, I don't necessarily mean Mother Earth this time. I mean us. Right? We are being called in this time to really connect with Spirit, connect with our spiritual selves, our higher guidance, our higher selves, and not to get so caught up in the material time. And at the same time, with Pisces, we want to give ourselves grace. Because while we have, who's in Virgo? The sun, Saturn, and the sun, and the moon, and the sky. I lost my little notes. Hang on a second. Because I'm not an astrologer. So while we're the sun is in Pisces, this is all about the creativity, about letting ourselves be seen, about letting our voices be heard. We talked a lot, especially as we were ending 2022 and coming into 2023, that 2023 was going to be the year about me. And when I say me, I don't mean me, Sherry, I mean you, right? So 2023 is the year about me, you. And so what is it that you are going to create or cultivate in this year? And you've heard me use those words a lot. What is it that you are wanting to learn? What do you want to put out into the world? How do you want to connect with others? What kind of a person do you want to be? We're all still working on who we want to be. We're all learning and growing and evolving. And so this time of Pisces is about connecting to, if we could create the bliss of the life that was perfect and crafted in the way we would want to, with the ultimate design. What would that look like? Because then what happens is we have the moon in Virgo that says, well, we can't have perfection if it's not, this is wrong and this is wrong and this is wrong. And then there's that voice in Saturn that even though Saturn is in Pisces as well, Saturn is the one that gives us like the ego voice, the self-doubt that says, well, you can't do that. Yes, you can. Absolutely, you can. And so we want to have this balance, right, with Saturn and the Sun, both big, powerful energies, are both in the sign of Pisces, urging us to create. But Saturn tends to be like this, Debbie Downer voice. And so, no offense to any Debbies at all, but so we want to make sure that we are allowing ourselves to, I hate to use this word because it sounds so cheesy, and I don't mean it that way, but this is at the time to allow ourselves to blossom. This is spring, right? We're coming in the equinox in a couple of weeks, and so there is this equinox that's going to happen. This, as I said, as above, so below. Thinking our feet are grounded, solid on the ground, and then allowing ourselves to grow up into the beautiful tree or flower that we really want to be. And so, as we're in this time of full moon, we're looking at creativity. Even though the full moon time is so much about letting go and releasing, we get to start with, I don't tell anybody they have to, we get to start with, where do I want, what would I want to create? What would the most beautiful, wonderful, joy-filled life of love and gratitude and ease and flow look like? And from that, then we ignore Saturn, who says, yeah, but, and we ignore, the Virgo energy that says, but, perfection, you can't move into that until you have all the ducks in the row and all the closets cleaned out, because none of that ever happens. So this is this time where we're in this Sun in Pisces, where we're being asked to embrace our creative energy and to embrace our imagination. What would you create if you had all of the yeses in the universe? And then at the same time, to have this same thing with Virgo and Pisces and Pluto being in Aquarius is that place of love and connection of higher, and the connection of, thank you, the connection of mind, which is our higher connection, and brain. The connection of mind and heart, right? We're being asked in that age of Aquarius where Pluto has come, and Saturn's going to be in this place for 3 years. Is Saturn the one that's going to be in the place? Yeah, Saturn's going to be in Pisces for 3 years. So this creative urge, this urge to put something out in the universe is going to be with us for a while. And it has this, and with Pluto also being in, Pluto is so far away, it moves really slowly around. And so Pluto being in Aquarius is this encouragement of connecting to our higher self, bringing spirit in, allowing spirit to be more of a part of our lives, asking for guidance, following guidance, and not paying attention to the negative Nellies of Saturn's tendencies. So this is an amazing, amazing time. And it really is this culmination that everything we've been talking about for the last 4 or 5 months of being able to release what no longer serves us and be able to connect more with spirit and let our voices be heard. This next 3 years is going to be a whole time frame of the universe pulling on people to expand their higher mind. And so we've talked about this before, about the rising of the dark and the rising of the light. And we are seeing this rise. Now, I live in Florida, so if you look at my personal page, this is a whole lot of standing up against fascism because I'm really anti our current governor and his lackeys, because they talk about freedom, but they're really trying to restrict all these things. And so I don't want to go into politics, but we see, if you've followed me for a longer time, because I don't think I've talked about this for a while, we talked about the rising of the darkness in response to the rising of the light. We saw things like so many people are waking up to spirit. So many people are seeking out psychics and mediums. So many people are buying crystals. So many people are tuning into the metaphysical. We see more television shows that are embracing these things. There was a show on Hulu about a psychic and a medium. There's another thing about the girl that sees dead people. We did not see these things in the mainstream before, and now we do. And so more and more people are waking up to something bigger than themselves, and more people are understanding. We see this rising of the vibration of the planet with the Schumann resonance, and you can Google that. It's literally a meter that measures the vibration of the planet. And as we are waking up, that vibration goes up and up and up. But at the same time, while more people are waking up, we have these people who want to hold on to power. They want to hold on to greed and control and the status quo. And they're the ones who are putting all the restrictions in place because they're trying desperately to hold on to what they know and to hold on to what's familiar, because they literally can feel the ground shaking beneath their feet, but they don't understand why. They know that things have changed, that things were moving very far to the place of global acceptance and communication, and people who are love is love and connecting with humans on a soul level, not on a what color is your skin or what color is your outfit and what kind of outfit or any of these things. And we see that these people want to hold on to control because they're living in a space of fear, a very low energy, and they don't know what else to hold on to because they're too afraid to evolve. They're too afraid to raise their vibration, so they think they're doing the right thing by creating all of this negativity. Whereas the people who are on the other side are like, okay, we're all human. We're all of soul. We're all of the universe. And we are all connected to each other and to the universe. And the color of our skin or our blood type or how we choose to gender or any of these things are completely irrelevant. And they do not have to be how we are judging or connecting. And so what we talked about over the time was, how do you want to show up in the world? What are you creating? And how are you connecting with others? Because right now we are being so called to connect with our heart, with our mind, not the brain, the mind. And because the brain is the part that functions, to do math and remember where you put your car keys. The mind is the higher part that connects us to our soul. I always, I love to make this explanation. If you've ever watched like Shriners parades or, thanks guys, I'm so glad. Thank you all, trying not to be guys. Thank you friends for, I'm glad this is resonating. If you've ever seen like a local hometown kind of parade, and you'll see these folks, these guys who like take off their shirts and they draw faces on their shirts and they roll their bellies and they put their arms up in the air and they put like a big hat so that their arms are up here, but it looks like their body is down here, right? And they walk down the parade. I hope I'm explaining this right. If you've ever seen it, you'll recognize it. They've got this big hat, and their face actually starts on their belly. So it looks like their body is lower than where it really is, and so much of their body is actually way up here, right? It's a similar way to think. It's a good way to think about our soul. Our soul is so expansive, it cannot possibly fit into the smallness of our human frame. Even if your frame, you don't consider it to be small, that's not the point. It cannot fit into the human frame. And so much of our soul, of who and what we are, is above us. It's up here in the big hat that these guys are wearing on their, like this. And so much of that is outside of our physical frame that we have to do our part to connect with that. And so that's where we are right now with Pisces and Pluto and Virgo and the Sun and Saturn and Aquarius and all of these things that are coming together right now, that we are being asked to really connect to our higher mind, to our soul, connect to the part of ourselves that's up here and it's not within us. Oh, look, spammers, banned. Bye, you're being banned. Immediately, zero tolerance for spammers. Bye. So we are being asked to connect with this higher stuff, with our higher selves, because what happens when we connect with our higher selves, we're also connecting with each other's higher selves. And so this is where I come back to, like, I have boys, my kids are in their 20s now, but back in their youth, we had the Buzz Lightyear cartoon. And you have the little green men from the Toy Story cartoon, right? And they say, we are one, the Unimind. That's the soul. That's where we are up here. When we rejoin spirit, when we rejoin the soul, the collective, we're part of the the mind. We are part of the collective higher guidance. So when we are connecting to our soul, we're connecting with all the other souls that are in our soul families. So we are connecting to each other. So as much as people out in the world who are holding on and living in a place of fear, they are connecting to their physical selves, and we who are embracing the light are connecting to our souls, which means that we're connecting to each other's souls. And so we understand that there is something I see wished you blessings, Michael. Hi, Andrew. Welcome. So we are connected while we are being asked to connect to our soul, we are in fact connecting to everyone's soul. So we are all connected. And so this is the things that I really want you to think about, because this is a big full moon and we are in it right now, and it has a lot of energy waves about it. And so if you're feeling that, just what I want to encourage you to do is roll with it, right? Roll with it. Maybe grab a journal and add, take some time to write like what is coming up for you. Or if you're a voice journaler, like with your record app on your phone, or you're a typer, there's no wrong answer. But maybe grab something that you can record how you feel. Because if you're feeling the waves of all of this energy that is shifting around, ride the wave. Because while it may not be comfortable, when you get to the other side of it, you're going to have hopefully some clarity about who you want to be, how you want to show up in the world, and how you are next best able to connect with your higher self. And I say next best because we're not looking at how do I go from 0 to the finish line, or how do I go from 0 to 100. We are all in the process of taking one step at a time to become the person that we want to be. We came here to learn lessons, we came here to have soul experiences, and we are all taking one step at a time. Some of you might be taking 2 steps at a time, but we're all moving forward to become the person, to become the human, to become the evolved soul that we want to be. None of us are at the finish line. Even when we transition to the spirit side, we're not done. This is where reincarnation comes in. We're not done. We are continuing to learn and to grow. Now, if you are like, I don't want to learn nothing else, this might be a bumpy ride for you. But if you can embrace the waves, and if you've, hanging around, you'll hear me talk about this with Mercury retrograde too. I talk about this with Mercury retrograde. Our tendency when we come into retrograde is to be like, all right, batten down the hatches. And that's not necessarily the right energy. We want to ride the wave. And so as I'm saying, this is going to be a big one for a lot of folks. And if it's not for you, then, hallelujah. But it's going to be I'm not saying a bumpy ride. I'm not saying that. I'm saying it's a bigger wave. Okay, ride the wave, surf it out, take some time to journal what comes up to you. Respect what comes up for you, because it's coming up for a reason, and it's trying to show you how to connect better with your higher self. And really, this Piscean energy is so much about who do you want to be? What kind of a life do you want to really create from your guts? You want to create without anybody else's judgment or, poo-pooing about it. What do you want to embrace, and what kind of a life you want to create? And one last piece that I want to share is that this also is about compassion. This is about self-compassion. So when you are feeling in that Piscean energy and you're like, I want this, I want a house and a car and a this and a job and a blah, 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 and all of those things, when you have that negative voice that comes in and goes, yeah, but who do you think you are? Have compassion for yourself. Have compassion for others. It's another part of the energy that's rolling around with this full moon is about compassion, self-compassion. You have every right to ask for the world, because the universe is telling you over and over again, we are here to support you. We want you to ask for the moon. We will help you get it. And so when we get in there and then we go, well, who am I? Who do you think you are? You say, you know what? I'm a child of divine light and love, and I deserve it all. And I know that the universe has my back and is going to try and help me get it. So we have compassion. We let go of perfectionism. It doesn't have to all be mapped out. We don't have to know how. We just have to open the door to spirit. We have to say what we want, and we have to allow them to help us get it. So that's a lot that is happening in this full moon. Not forgetting that in like another 2 weeks, not only will we have the new moon, so we've got a lot to do right now before this energy gets too low. But at the same time we come into that new moon, we're going to be in the equinox, which is this equality, this polarity above and below. So we're gearing up for that right now. How do I want to be here on earth? How do I want to be connected to my higher self? How do I want to live in balance and harmony with spirit as a co-creator in my life? This is where we're moving to right now. Okay. Okay. They had a lot to say today. Let me shake him out. Okay. All right. And then I'm going to do this because he's only a week here that he's been here. If you haven't met Bo, this is Bo. This is my new Bo. His name was Rambo. We decided that was just not okay. We don't want violence. We want Bo. So he's been here since Tuesday night. He's doing great. The only, all the cats are like, all right, whatever. We had a little dog. We lost a little dog. We have another little dog. The cats, we're 50-50 on the cats. Susie, who's a dog, she's a cat, but she's a dog, is, really not too impressed. Which is not surprising for Susie because she's the cat body that really is a dog. And then Riley, who is the other kitten, is like, oh, heck no, because he's very skittish to start with. So anyway, so I wanted to make sure to show off, because I'm still a proud mom. What could I say? All right, so I want to, look, jumper card's here. Okay, so I want to just reiterate about the Cardinal card where we started. Cindy, I am so happy to see you. Where we started with the Cardinal card, that is you're in polarity, right? You're being pulled in two different directions. It says the polarity of your spiritual pursuit and your physical pleasures are out of balance. Do whatever is necessary to bring them back into equilibrium. And this is literally what we're talking about, is who I am in the physical body and who I am, how I'm connected to my higher mind, my higher guidance, my soul, my spirit, all of this, to bring this into balance. This is the mission between now and the equinox. Okay, this is the mission. So I love that the cardinal comes up, because if you have loved ones in spirit, the cardinal is such a strong sign that says we are here, right? The cardinal is such a strong message. And so then as I opened the box so we have switched over to using James Van Praag's messages from the guides. This is a different deck that we've been using for a couple weeks now. You all seem to really like it. And so we're going to stick with this for a little bit, but I have to love this because the minute that I open the box, this card falls out, and this is Possess Self-Confidence, which tells us that as you are seeking this connection and the balance between your polarities, go forward with confidence, because you are absolutely on the right track and you are going in the right direction. So that is part of our collective card reading. So I want to make sure that I did not gloss over that. I gotta try and do something else with this light, because otherwise you're not going to be able to see the card. So we're going to, if you are hanging with us, yay, we're going to move into our collective card reading. So we've completed our section about channeled information from spirit. Because I am a psychic medium, I want to always honor spirit. I co-create my life with spirit. And when my ability to open my mouth and have their words fall out gives them an opportunity to connect and to say what they want to say and to be heard. And so as I serve spirit, that is one of the ways that I can serve spirit. And so it is an honor to be their voice in the physical. And so we start our time with some channeled messages from spirit, and then we're going to do a collective card reading. Wow, Ireland and South Wales. How cool. Look at all these new people. Thank you for saying hi. Thank you for saying hi. And so we're going to go to the collective card reading. So we started with Possess Self-Confidence. We talked about the Cardinal card, because we always start with, I like to start with the Animal Spirit card. So this is going to be our collective card reading. So we're going to do 2 or 3 cards. Hi, Gina. We're going to do 2 or 3 cards for the collective. And then we will get into the individual card readings. So hang in there with me. Hang in there with me just a few more minutes. I know some of you come only to get your 1 card, and that is okay. Oh, look, Mary, we're going to ban you because you're a spammer. Bye. See you, bye. If you're a spammer, just leave now, because we have 0 tolerance for spammers. Just leave now. As soon as you make one comment, we're going to ban you. You're not coming back. It's not like ban from the stream. It's ban from the page. Like, see you, bye-bye, don't come back. So, I think that we will go with what we decided at the very beginning of the session today, is we will go ahead and just lock off the comments after... we'll lock off the comments after about 24 hours so that the spammers can't seek you out after the fact. So, all right. So, isn't this interesting? We talked about one of the things in this full moon is, no, you're not a spammer. You're not a spammer. I know you're not a spammer. You're participating in the conversations. It's all good. The spammers are the ones who come in and they like say, "Oh, Lucy, send me a message for your highest good and your beautiful reading, lovely soul," whatever. And so I don't know if you all can see it, but when they start to do that, if they get past me, which it does happen, they'll still put the same message on all of you. They'll, reply to all of you with the exact same message. And they just, if some of you are new, and so thank you for being here. It means the world to see all of you coming for coming back. Welcome back, Lucy, and hi, Katja from the United Kingdom. And it makes my heart so incredibly. I'm so grateful for those of you who are spreading the light and the word and inviting people to like our community of light and be part of it. But I will feel very protective of you, and I don't want to hear. I can't tell you, at least once a week, somebody calls me and they say, "Can you please help me? I have had, somebody tell me I had a spell, or I had a attachment, or I had look, there's another one. Oh, is that another one? Oh, no, I'm sorry, Michael, hang on, your comment got hidden because you were saying spam or something. So people will call me and they'll say, "Can you please help me? I need a legit psychic medium because somebody has, I've paid this person thousands of dollars to cast a love spell, to bring back my relationship, to, get a ghost out of my house, to remove an attachment, that I had a hex on me." And I'm not saying that dark magic doesn't exist, okay? Because I know enough to know that I don't know everything. I also know enough to know that things have the power we give them. And so if you believe that somebody put a hex on you, then guess what? And if you refuse to buy into that nonsense, and that sounds judgy, and I don't want to, if you refuse to buy into that, and you continue to live your life in love and in gratitude, connecting from a place of the heart, then those things have no power. And it really is sort of this underlying message of the Wizard of Oz, be gone, you have no power here. Because if we choose not to buy in, it has no power. The things have the power that we give them. And when somebody says, "I put a hex on you," and you go, "Oh my God!" it can take a hold of you. And it's not that there might be a thing, but it's that negative energy, because your energy now is coming from this place of fear and lack. And you're no longer living in the love and the gratitude and the belief of the higher. And so in those places, we vibrate so low that anytime we stub our toe, or somebody cuts us off in traffic, we're like, "Oh my God, it's a hex!" And it becomes this self-perpetuating negativity that things have the power that we give them. So for me, I feel so protective. I feel an obligation. I mean, y'all are adults, I believe. I have no way of knowing, but I have feel an obligation that if you're coming here and I want you to feel like this is a safe and welcoming place, I want to make sure that spammers can't get to you, because I don't ever want one of you to come back and be like, "Yeah, I clicked on one of those people and they stole my credit card, or, told me some kind of stuff," because none of the people who are doing that are legit, because legit people don't have to do that. So, someone telling you that your husband has an attachment and I'm paying $200 a candle. Okay, well, Cindy, I can't tell you what to do, but honestly, if it was me, I would light a candle of love and light, and I would ask angels and my loved ones in spirit and my guides to come in and help protect my husband. Now, because it's not you, it's your husband, he has to ask, okay? I can ask angels and guides to come and put love and light around you in a bubble of protection, but if you are not in a place to accept it, it's where we send healing energy, right? We send healing energy to all the people, that have cancer or illness, or, our loved ones, right? We send healing energy to them. We send them love and light and all the things, but they have to be willing to receive it. They have to have a belief that that actually exists and that it would make a difference. and they have to be willing and capable of receiving it. And so through the law of grace, I can send it, but it's like the Live and Light is going to go over and knock at the door and be like, hello, can I come in? And hopefully the recipient is open to healing and believes that they can heal, or whatever that is, and will be willing to receive it. And so, Cindy, that is a conversation to have with your husband as well. So now, before we go any further, all of this talk of legit people reminds me that we're doing a group session on the 11th. That is a ticketed event for $32. Now, normally a session with me, a private session with me, is way more money than that, but we're doing a ticketed event, and you can send me money through Venmo or Zelle. If you scroll down on this page, I can post my Venmo. But if you go to my website, you can see how I'm paid in the terms and conditions section. And you can buy a ticket for a group reading that we're going to do on the 11th at 7 o'clock Eastern. And like I said, it's $32. It is a much lower price than getting me for an individual session. And we will be able to try and get messages through. I always try to get messages through for as many people as I can. There's not a guarantee that you're going to get a message by buying a ticket, but I always try to get messages for as many people as we can. So if you have wanted to work with me but you weren't sure how, you can message me to set up a private session. But if you want to try it out for a little less money first, then it's going to be on the 11th. And it's a Zoom event, so it doesn't matter all the different countries that you all amazingly mentioned about where you all are. It will be 7 o'clock Eastern on the 11th, and I would love for you to join so that you can come and have fun with us in a different way. All right, so here is part of our collective card reading. We had Possess Self-Confidence, and then we will then the second card is Know Your Truth. Know your truth, right? And so in order to possess self-confidence, we have to know who we are. Thanks, Bianca. We have to know who we are. And again, we are all evolving and growing to become the people we want to be, to become the people we hope to be, self-included, okay? So not done yet. But in order to gather that self-confidence, we have to know who we are. And as my mentor likes to say, if you know who you are, then you know who you're not. And if you know who you're not, then you know that you don't have to try to be something that you aren't. You don't have to be something for someone. You get to be your most authentic self and walk in your grace and your power of owning yourself. That's where self-confidence comes from. We know ourselves. We know who we're not. We don't try to pretend to be someone else because we don't have to, because we know who we are, and self-confidence comes from that. And even if you're not sure yet, oh, hey, Jessica, we're going to ban you because you're a spammer. So bye. So even if you're not sure yet who you are or who you're becoming, sometimes we can start with, I want to become my highest and best version of myself. And we put that on like a coat. I'm going to put this on like a coat, the highest and best version of myself. And we say to ourselves, stand up straight, put your shoulders back, take a deep breath. You know, they do that power stance. How would a person of me who is wearing a coat of my most powerful self, my best and highest self, how would that person walk through the world? How would that person handle this situation? I remember a story by a woman who was a mentor to me many years ago who got really caught up in a whole thing, like a catastrophe of moving, and the movers got lost, and the trucks, and they needed mattresses because now they were going to have to be in the house for, however much time with no beds, and she had daughters, and oh my God, and the mattress store wouldn't deliver, and so she had to get a moving truck of her own, and crisis, and she was spinning herself into a panic, because she really wanted to have the whole, at least something set up for the girls when they got home from school. And she said, what would my most powerful self do in this situation? How would my most powerful self handle this situation? And she said, well, my most powerful self, and this is, dating ourselves, my most powerful self would open the phone book and find a moving van. And she did. She found a moving van who was willing to meet her at the mattress store, pick up the mattress, put it in the truck of the mattresses, follow her to the new house, help her get it up the stairs. And she tipped handsomely because the person was really awesome and she was able to get it all done. But she really credits that moment of saying, and she tells the story, it's hilarious, but she credits that moment of saying, what would my most powerful self do in this situation? And she put on that coat of, who do I want to be and how do I want to show up in the world? And she put that on because she might not have felt it in that moment of panic, but she put on that coat and knew who she was and knew who she wanted to be and how she wanted to show up in the world. She knew her truth, and then through that wearing of her coat of truth, she came up with self-confidence. She walked in her grace. She walked in her strength and in her self-confidence. That's where we want to go. That's who we want to be. All right, so we're going to do one more card for the collective, and then we're going to do we'll get to individual card readings. And so I am always so grateful for all your patience. I feel like it's really important that we do the collective card reading, because if you didn't get a card, at least you have this for the week to help you get through the weekend, to know what's going on with the full moon and all the things. Patience is a virtue. All right, raise your hand if you're like, patience sucks, because I mean, like, who's still trying to learn it, right? Aren't we all? Patience sucks. But patience is a virtue. And the thing that we want to remember when we come into this time, because what this is telling us is, know who you are, walk in that strength, and know that while the thing that you are imagining and that you want to create and manifest that we talked about before isn't showing up on your doorstep like Amazon instant delivery, that it's coming. And that sometimes the universe has to move crap out of our way in order to deliver. You know, it used to be, what was it, the pizza company that had, 30 minutes or less or it's free or whatever. So if they got into traffic, they couldn't get there in 30 minutes. But it didn't mean that the pizza wasn't coming. So sometimes stuff gets in the way, or stuff has to get out of the way in order for us to move forward. As we continue to raise our vibrations, we may need to release people from our lives. We may need to release ourselves from jobs, from other situations where, you are welcome, Cindy. You are welcome. You are a child of divine light, Cindy. You are amazing. Just because you don't have to know how to do everything doesn't mean you're not amazing, and doesn't mean that you can't find the people who can do the things that you need. Sometimes being amazing and building our confidence isn't about us doing the thing ourselves. It's about connecting with the people who can. You are strong and powerful and amazing. So hold on to your coat of what would powerful me do. Okay, so sometimes stuff is being moved out of our way, especially as we are raising our vibrations. We are waiting for your pizza, absolutely. As we have something like, oh, that person cut me off. Oh, I missed every single traffic light. Oh, I'm going to be late for this thing. Oh, why is this happening? Sometimes the why is this happening? The answer is because the universe is working shit out for you to get things out of your way, to keep you at that red light so you don't get hit by the drunk driver coming the other way, or to keep you in this space so that the other people who, we're going to make a mess are out of the way. Sometimes the patience is the blessing that doesn't make it easier. I get that. But when we can understand that things are not showing up Instacart isn't about us not being worthy, or we didn't do it right, or it's not coming. It's about the pruning. When we take our, I had to pull out all the weeds from my garden to get my garden set up for spring. And it was hard because we had really let it sit, and we had a lot of cold weather for Florida. And so there was a lot of weeds. And so it was hard. We're pulling and yanking and pulling and yanking in order to we put in all the fertilizer so that all the new stuff will grow and be healthy and happy. But we had to do that hard work first to get all that crap out of the way in order to give room for the new plants to grow. And so when I went out, we did that this weekend, and when I went out this morning, I was looking at everything. It was like, oh, green and happy and standing up straight and loving its new home, right? So we have to get all the stuff out of the way. Well, we can work on that. We should be working on that, but the universe is working on that for us as well. There was a lot of damn weeds. It took a long time. We have several beds. We still have one more section to do. It was hard work. So when you understand that, it's a little easier to be patient, right? We know that the universe is working it out for us. It's a little easier to be patient. All right, you all have been awesome and patient long enough. Let us go over the rules for having a card reading. If you want a card reading, it is important that you say, "Me please." I go in the order of the comments that show up on my screen. If you've said it once, you don't need to say it 6 times, because what that does is it pushes the comments up where I can't see them. And so we want to make sure that I can get everybody in. And then it's a good idea to, instead of asking me, and if you already said it's fine, but when I come to you, have a question in your mind. You don't have to tell me, it's fine. But what is it that you want to know? And like, what is the question that you have? And if you don't know, it's okay to say, what do I need to know for my highest and best good? You don't have to say it out loud. You don't have to type it, anything like that. Just when I get to you, and I'm sorry if the comments don't show up in the same order on your page as mine. I go by what's on my page. And again, if you're here and you've said hello, but I can't do a card reading unless you've asked me for it, because I don't mental trespass. Saying hello to you is wonderful, and I'm thrilled that you're here. But unless you have said, yes, me please, I don't ethically have permission from you to go into your energy, okay? So for me, that's really important. So, all right, I see many of you with your comments. Yay! All right, I'm going to scroll back. Bianca was first. And I see Gina. I see you, Gina. So we're going to do Bianca, and we're going to do Humiora. And you'll forgive me because I will scroll back down to the bottom from time to time, just to make sure that we didn't get spammers in at the back there. All right, so we're going to start with my friend Bianca. All right, Bianca. Don't relinquish your power, Bianca. Don't relinquish your power. So for you and for a couple other people, this card is green. It's about the heart, but it's also about, because green is the heart chakra, but it's also about healing and strength and courage. And green is also about money, right? So don't relinquish your power. Where you want to go there. Don't second guess yourself. Make sure that you are, what do you want to create? What are you trying to build? What do you want to do? And go there. Go with intention, and walk with intention in your way, and don't allow yourself to get deterred by somebody else's opinion. Stay in your lane, go where you choose to go, and know that this is all about strength and love, this green color, and it is also about prosperity, because, money. Okay, so we're going to have Michael. Can I get a card relating to this full moon spiritual path message for Michael? All right, we're going to get a card for Michael. And I have to say that Bo has never seen any of this before. And so he's sitting up in the drawer, and he's being very attentive and watching what is going on here. So it's cracking me up. All right. So Michael, express your feelings. Don't be afraid of who you are. Don't be afraid of what you feel. Honor that for yourself, okay? And so you have this blue and purple, which is the higher chakras, right? You have the indigo and the violet, right, with the third eye, so like what you see and what you feel. But also the orange and the yellow is your sacral and your solar plexus. So this is saying that your higher guidance is supporting your feelings of who you are and what you feel and how you show up in the world, right? The solar plexus is how we view ourselves and how we relate to ourselves, and our sacral is how we relate to others. So this is telling you that you have the support to honor what you feel in yourself, and allow yourself in this time of transformation, allow yourself to go forward within your true feelings. And you may need to take some time to get quiet, and I know you said you already have some full moon rituals going on, but take some time to get quiet and really ask yourself, what is it that you want? And then honor that. So you are on the right path, my friend. You really are. All right, I'm just going to scroll down. You're welcome, my friend Bianca. I love you so much. Bianca and I know each other for it's got to be decades. It's got to be decades already, 20 years. All right, Humiora. And please forgive me if I have said your name incorrectly, but you are next. So this card is Make Each Day Count. So Humiora, there's this feeling of sitting on the sidelines waiting for your time to go in. I feel like I'm getting this image of the double Dutch cheerleaders, not cheerleaders, jump ropers. They have the 2 jump ropes, right? And you have 2 jump ropes going, that's amazing to me. And they jump in, right? But you watch people on the sidelines, they'll be like, It's time. It's time. It's time to jump in or not. And this is saying to me, jump in a game. Jump in a game. Jump in a game. It's time to jump in. Okay, so this is not about waiting for all the lights to be green. This is about just taking the first step and knowing that Spirit will also step to you. If you take one step to Spirit, Spirit will take a whole bunch of steps towards you. So this is really important about you trusting, because if you look, it's all blue, and this is also the this one has all the rays going out in all the directions. So card is talking about you jump in, you take one step going in the direction that you want to go in, and know that they will be with you to support you, and they're going to be surrounding you with this radiant light, and they're going to be taking those steps towards you. But stop being on the sidelines and take a step to get in the game, to step towards what it is you say that you want. Now, if it's not what you want, that's a whole other story. But they're talking about it's time for you to take a step towards what you say you want, and not keep waiting for all the lights to be green, because you could wait forever. So hopefully that makes sense to you. All right. So right, yesterday was a red light, turned green. Somebody told you to hold up, and thank heavens you did. And a car was going through. Oh, Deborah, I'm so glad you did not get hit by someone else's carelessness or speed. So, yay. You are welcome, Michael. All right, scrolling back up. Okay, so Candace, we have, a jumpy card for Candace. Candace, your card that jumped right out at me. Feel joy in all you do. So Candace, this is a reminder, and this is all orange and yellow. So this is sacral and solar plexus chakra. This is to be a reminder to not let the other people control your feelings. Okay, so this is all about you feel. If you're excited about something, then the heck with anybody else. This is about you feeling your truest feelings and not letting somebody else rain on your parade, okay? So this goes along with the card we have for Michael too. Honor your truest feelings. Honor what is right for you. And stay in that place of love and gratitude, because you are moving towards the things that you have worked for. It feels like you have worked for a long time to get clarity and to figure out where you're going, and now you're actually going there. So stay in the place of love and gratitude, the place of joy, and don't let the little things to get you down, because when we stay in that higher vibration, we stay in that place of love and joy and that love and gratitude, those things that feel like mountains right now become molehills. So when we stay in that place of love and joy and love and gratitude, we are much more able to just roll over those bumps than we would be if we're in that panic mode. So feel the joy in all the things that you're doing. So, and it feels like you are on a great path, Candace. Honor that. Trust it. Trust it. All right. So coming back down. Hi, Erin. Welcome, welcome. All right. So we've got Cindy and then Cindy. All right, we're going to do Cindy, and then we're going to go to Instagram and get Gina, and then we'll come back for Deborah. So Cindy, Gina, Deborah. So Cindy Bonet, we've got lead by example. So this really comes back into, and interesting because we again have this orange and yellow. But if you'll notice, these yellow dots are bright shining lights. So you feel the things you feel. And then you tap into your solar plexus, which is how we think of ourselves, and know that you are a bright, shining light and that you are leading others. And so this is honoring your direction, honoring Spirit. It is staying true to your path, staying true to your direction of where you've chosen to go. And just know that you are going where you're supposed to go, and people are going to take notice of the fact that you are doing it right. And even if you are only leading one, sometimes we're the person we lead first is ourselves, right? So, always the person we lead first is ourselves. And so if you are doing it right, the others will follow. And it feels like there may be something about a client base in there, but just know that the others will follow. You're on the right track. Stay true to you. Stay true to your integrity. And just know that you are, you're going in the right direction. But you've got to don't try to take shortcuts to, quick results or things like that. Stay the path, stay the course. You're definitely on the right track. Trust yourself. Trust that you are being divinely guided, and try not to get lured in by get their quick suggestions. Yes? Okay. Cindy Simmons, my dear friend. So happy to see you. All right, for Cindy. Cindy Simmons, have an attitude of gratitude. All right, so this is just a reminder, because if anybody I know has an attitude of gratitude, it is my friend Cindy. But this is just a reminder, because I know there's a lot of stuff swirling right now for you, my friend. This is just a reminder to stay true to you, and just know that you did everything right, and all is well, even if there's bumps while things are getting sorted out right now. Okay? And so if you're looking at it, see that this card has these beautiful waves going across of it with the blue and the purple, and this is all about smooth ride, that spirit, the third eye, the crown chakra. You're being supported, you're being guided, and it's all going to be these smooth lines. Now, they're not perfectly horizontal, but they are going straight across. They're not all jaggedy or anything like that. So the higher guidance is with you, and that all will be well. So stay in that place of love and gratitude, even while things are a little bumpy, and just know that it's going to smooth out. Okay? It's all going to be okay. All right, so we're going to jump over to Gina. Hi, Michelle. We're going to jump over. Let me just scroll down and make sure. Cindy, you are well. What do you need to do what do I need to know for your higher self? So Cindy, Cindy Bonet asks, what do I need to know for my higher self? So did we not do your card? We did. We just did your card. Okay. So okay. I understand. You're not asking for me for now. You were asking me when I got to your card. Okay. Got it. Sorry. Took a second. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Scrolling back, Okay. So we had Cindy. So we're going to do Gina, and then we're going to come back over to Facebook, and we'll do Deborah Gillespie. Okay. So. Gina. Okay, Gina. Forgive yourself. So this also ties in with what we've been talking about with this full moon, that is that element of having self-compassion and self-care. So it's not forgive yourself because you did something wrong. It's forgive yourself when you speak negatively about yourself. Forgive yourself when you are, it's really just be nicer to yourself, right? It's put self-care higher on the to-do list, okay? This is what this is talking about. And again, if you look, it's all, I got to be careful because when I put the card in, it gets all weird color on the phone. So this is all purple and blue, but if you're looking at it, it's so much more purple than the blue, which is talking about your crown chakra, which is talking about staying connected to your higher and seeing yourself from a higher perspective. Sometimes we have to zoom out in order to get a better view of what is going on. And so this is this reminder to not be so hard on yourself and to put self-care a little bit higher on that priority list. Okay, you deserve it. And not to judge yourself so harshly. One of the things that I say to people a lot is be nice to my friend Gina, or whoever the friend is, to be nice to that person, because we can often be our very hardest critics, right? So this is a reminder to be nice to ourselves. Okay, Deborah Gillespie. Okay. Oh, Jasmine Taylor, look, we've got a spammer. Say you're going to be banned. Bye, Jasmine. Everybody say bye to Jasmine. Spammers are banned immediately. Bye. See you, bye. See you, bye. Okay, so Deborah. Oh, my goodness. There's so many of you today. All right, Deborah, we got to go a little faster because otherwise we're not going to have time for everybody. All right, Deborah and Lucy. So, Deborah, inspire others. You have a lot to give out there. You have, and again, you see these energy things are going out from the heart. This is that green color. It's coming out from the heart. Deborah, know that you have a lot of love to give and you have a lot of support to give. But inspire others is also about supporting them and loving them, but it's not about rescuing them. It's not about saving everybody else. You don't have to save everybody else. You do you stay in your lane, you love, you send support and care and all of those things, but you don't have to be the rescuer. Inspire talks about staying in our lane. We lead by example. We saw that card before. So we lead by example. We don't have to be the rescuer for everybody else. Just know that this is all energy that's going out from you, which is great, but stay using your ajna, your third eye, for your judgment to make sure that you are staying in, you're being the inspiration, you're not being the lifeboat. Yes? Okay. Hi, Brian. All right, so that was Deborah, and good afternoon. Lucy, and then Katya and Maria. All right, Lucy, feel joy in all you do. We talked about this before. Look at this beautiful sacral chakra color with these sparks of yellow. This is yes, Facebook and Instagram. So this is beautiful yellow, staying true to yourself. Your solar plexus is how we view ourselves and how we show up in the world, how we want to show up in the world. So this is this reminder that you are supported by your sacral. You are supported by who you know yourself to be and how you relate to others, but you are reminded that you are these beautiful yellow lights to be true to yourself and show up as your truest self. And we talked about that before. If you know who you are, then you know who you're not, right? As my mentor likes to say. So this is a reminder to feel joy in the things that you do. And you know, if it's not feeling joyful or you're not having joy from it, consider doing something else. You are not trapped by the situation. And so if you're not feeling joy, choose another path. And this gives you permission. You feel joy in all you do, but it doesn't mean stay in a crappy situation and feel joy about it, because that's not going to be a high vibrational energy, right? So if it's not bringing you joy, you have permission to shift. And if it is something that you are needing to have patience on, like we had talked about before, then allow yourself to feel joy in the journey, okay? So even yesterday, while I was out there pulling the weeds, and it was just not fun. It was hot and sweaty and hard, but I still felt joy in it because I knew what the journey was. I knew what the next steps were going to be, which was the planting. So even though it was really, it was still joyful. Does that make sense? Okay. All right. Katya, how can you help raise your vibration? Well, this is a really interesting thing. So it says death is an illusion. So this isn't necessarily about, you know, on the surface of raising your vibration. How do I raise my vibration? Death is an illusion. But at the same time, it is a card about releasing fear. Because if death is an illusion, and we know that the continuity of the spirit is intact, that when the physical body passes, that we continue as a soul and we still have an impact on the world around us, then we don't have to fear anything. And so this card isn't about death, Katya. This card is about releasing fear and allowing that you are already connected to spirit and you are already connected to your higher self and your soul, because you are a soul, you are part of spirit, and death is an illusion, so there's nothing for us to fear. So this reminds you to go forward with confidence and know that there are no wrong moves. People are like, oh, I don't want to make a mistake or make a wrong move. There isn't a wrong move. Because anything that we do, if you heard me talk about Jeremy Bearimy from The Good Place, Ted Danson's character explains how time works by explaining that like the name Jeremy Bearimy written in cursive in script, you may loop forward or you may loop backwards, but you're still going to end up going forwards. Even though you loop backwards, you're still going forwards. So, Katya, no fear, because you're still going forward, even if it feels like you maybe, felt like, oh, that wasn't a good plan. I didn't do that one right. You're still going forwards. So, no fear. No reason to fear. All right, Maria. Oops, that was the wrong scrolling button. Hang on a second. Let's just check in down at the bottom. All right, so we are going to. All right, Maria. Direction for your son. Maria, what I can tell you, what I can pull a card for, is for you to be in your highest and best, to be the best parent for him. I can't give you information about him or make him do something, but I can help you be the best for what he needs, which is you, my friend, are here for a reason. Okay? And so you have this, we've seen this color scheme already before. So you see these smooth horizontal lines, which tells you everything is going to be okay, things are going to work out, they're leveling out, there's no bumps in that road. But you see that you are being guided by the higher guidance, your blue, right, which is your throat chakra, speaking your truth, and also your third eye, seeing what is, beyond, seeing with our physical eyes, but seeing also that you have these purple dots, which is your crown chakra, your higher guidance. So trust yourself and know that all of this, which is the sacral chakra, right, which is his being grounded and how he's relating to other people, that trusting yourself in what you are doing is leading from that place of love, and trust that you are going the right direction. Okay, trust that you are giving him the love and the support that he needs. Speak your truth. Hold space for him to speak his. And just trust that you are here for a reason. These lines are soft and going smoothly across. You are here. You chose to be his parent. He chose to be your son for a reason. That doesn't make it easy or sunshine and lollipops. If he's, going through some battles, that may be what he came here to learn. We can't do a path for someone else. We can support them on their path while we stay on ours. But you are absolutely here and in that situation for a reason. Trust spirit, trust what you can see with your third eye and what you feel coming in from higher guidance, and speak your truth about it. All right, and then all prayers to your son being in a good way. Okay? All right. Carol Jarrett. Oh, I'm so glad, Katya. That's wonderful. That's great. All right. And yay. Okay. Come on. Carol, sorry. Never judge another. So this is green energy still. So this is green. This is finances, a financial abundance. This is leading from the heart. It's also healing. And so you stay in your lane and know that you are, when we get into judgment, we get into someone else's lane. And we get into fixing and rescuing, and that's not where we're supposed to be. So just stay in your own lane, and we don't judge someone else, because, in any situation, we do not have all the facts. We do not. Unless you are the Nazi standing on the street in my neighborhood 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, screaming at Jews in their car while they tried to show up to pray, I'm going to judge that. Calm. But we try not to judge another person, because people hurt other people are hurt people. And so even as much as I really would be hard-pressed not to punch that guy in the nose, I do send love and light to him, because what a horrible way to live your life, in this hate, to be so consumed by hate. And so it's a reminder that while we may not like what we see out there in the world in places, the next day, there was a whole bunch of other people holding signs saying, we support the Jewish community. So as much as the dark followers are loud, we are reminded that the people who follow the light are multitudes. And so we try not to judge, because we don't want to bring that hate into our own selves. Okay? Okay. So. Aaron, my friend Aaron. So this card comes again. Death is an illusion. And so what's interesting is this card just flew out of the deck as I was calling your name. And I know that you and I have had a conversation about death, several different kinds of conversations about death. And so what this comes in for me in my awareness comes in about the concerns that you have about your mortality, and just as a reminder that you will always be able to be here and to have that impact on those that are around you, and to have faith that you're on the right track and that you're doing all the right things, and to just know that your loved ones are also supporting you fully as you are going forward on this path. That you're not alone. And so as we talk about your mortality and the mortality of those who went before you, just knowing that you're not alone, that you can lean into that more and know that they're with you and they're supporting you and helping you and guiding you. So that is, and that green card, the green on this card is that healing. Green is the heart chakra color. So leading from the heart and that healing energy that's there. Scrolling. Kisses back, my friend Cindy. Hi, Belinda. Hi, Ruby. Okay. So you are welcome, Maria. All right. So I'm just looking to see where we've got left. We've got. Hello, Belinda. We've got Ruby. And I think Ruby and Zaina. I apologize if I'm not saying that right. Ruby and Zaina. And then we're going to wrap it up because we're already over. But I want to make sure we try to get everybody. Shh. All right. So Ruby, you are also here for a reason. So this card comes up again for Ruby. You are also here for a reason. So if you have been here for a couple minutes and you heard me just explain this card, make sure that you are standing true in your higher chakras and know that you are following what you are feeling in your sacral and your solar plexus chakras is real and right, and that you should trust your feelings and trust how you are being led, and what you feel is real, and follow your guidance of that, but be guided not by ego, be guided from your throat chakra, speaking your truth, and being guided by that third eye, and that purple color comes into the crown chakra, so that you are feeling your feelings and honoring that, and following where that feels right, what feels right for you in your body and what feels good for you to go forwards, but to know that as you are here for a reason, you are also being divinely guided, and you're being called to connect as above as below, which is one of the things that we talked about at the beginning that is really going on with this full moon that we're in right now. So, okay, so Ellen, I see you. All right, so we're going to do Zaina. And I'm sorry, you said alarm? That made me cry. You said alarm to come and be with us? That just is amazing. All right, so we're going to do Zaina, we're going to do Ellen, and then I've got to cut it off because I do have other... where'd your comment just go? That's so weird. I saw it. You are welcome, Ruby. All right, Zaina. Zaina. So live your bliss. Live your bliss. Live your bliss. So this is this reminder. Let me get back to your... so this is this reminder. Be true to you. Follow where you feel, right? So, and look at all the colors, right? You've got the green, which is the heart chakra, and the abundance, right? Financial and emotional abundance. You've got the yellow, you've got the orange, and so, but it's this kind of swirly, this energy is swirly, which tells you you're in this place of growth, you're in this place of expansion, right? Because we go around and around, and we come back to the same places again and again, but we come back at a higher level, right? Like a spiral, we go around, but we're one step up, one level up, or spiral staircase, we go around, we're a little higher. And so Zaina, this is this reminder to stay in the place of love and gratitude, because you are in a soul expansion period. You're in a place of expanding your abundance, expanding your sphere of influence. Don't get guided, don't get caught up in material things trapping you, or like trying to steal your focus. Stay in the place of the heart chakra and in the place of what feels right in your solar plexus, because look, you've got your solar plexus and your sacral is in the middle, and the green of emotions and abundance is on the outside, but you are in a place of expansion and development. So stay in the stuff that feels good, when it feels right to you, if it feels joy and smooth. Like, okay, so we just got Bo on Tuesday. I put in an application for him on Monday, and Tuesday night he was here. That's crazy fast. It doesn't normally happen that fast, but everything was just like bam, 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 bam. It was in the flow. So this is what I'm saying, Zaina. Stay in the flow and stay in that place of leading with your heart, staying grounded in your solar plexus and your sacral chakra, but leading with your heart, and you'll be absolutely on the right track, my friend, because you are totally in a place of expansion right now. That's exciting, really exciting. Okay, so Ellen, Jane. Hi, Lynn. Ellen, Jane. All right, so I gotta cut it off, guys. Folks, I gotta cut it off. We're gonna do Ellen, Jane, and then we're gonna do our last card. Ellen, Jane, trust your intuition. We saw this card with this blue and the green emanating out, which means what's coming out of you is the right thing. What's coming out of you is being honored by spirit. What's coming out of you is coming from that place of love and gratitude. It's coming from a place of power, and it's important for you not to second guess it. So Ellen, what's coming for you when you have this thought of like, oh, what would I do? Boom, and you have that thought. Go with that, because we have that when we say, we ask spirit, we ask the universe, and we say, oh, what should I do? Bam, it comes in so fast, and then ego is like a beat later that goes, oh, well, maybe, da-da-da, and ignore that. Stay in the stuff that comes in with that instant reminder, okay, that instant answer. Trust that intuition, trust that, and just know that you absolutely are being guided in the right way. So, all right, we're going to cut it off there, and I'm going to remind you that we are doing a live mediumship event. It's a ticketed event for $32 on the 11th. Please DM me for more information, or you can go to my website. It's $32. Once your payment is received, a Zoom link will be sent. You can find payment information on my website, and I would love to have all of you join us if you've been thinking about having a session with me, but and just know that it's a lot more money than that. This is a great opportunity for you to be part of a communal reading, and we always try to get as many people to have a session, to get a reading as we can. So our last card for everybody is that calm is not a weakness. And so we talked before about riding the wave of this full moon, because this is a lot of energy in this full moon, and riding the wave of this full moon. But it's not a weakness. Staying calm in the storm, staying calm in other people's chaos, staying calm while the planets are shifting and the moon is full, this is not a weakness. It's staying grounded. We're staying connected. We talked before about staying connected to the higher and to the earth and to ourselves. Staying that through line keeps us calm. Calm is not a weakness. Calm is a mega strength. And so look, you see again the yellow and the orange with the green swirling around. Calm is not a weakness. And so I want to say thank you so much to all of you for being with us. I know it was long today, and I appreciate that, because I always want to try and get everybody a card. Thank you for your patience. Just know this is a mega powerful moon, and mega powerful moon. And we are called to do all the things I said before when they were channeling, to be prepared for the equinox that is coming. So if you missed that first part, definitely hit the replay. Please note that we're going to cut the comments off after 24 hours so that we can keep the spammers out and keep you all safe and protected, and protect our community of light. Please feel free to invite and share our page with other people. I am going to post information about the event on the 11th here on the page, and we look forward to having you with us. Mwah! Have a great night, a great evening, a great week, and what is it? There is not meditation. There's not meditation this week. We have not meditation for the month of March because there's so much other stuff that's going on, but we will get back to meditation soon, I promise. So have a great evening, and thanks so much for spending time with us. And just as always, know how very, very much you are loved. Mwah.